Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. That is right, boys and girls. The fans were back out at the bridge, singing loud and proud, cheering on the Blues, giving flack to Diego Florentine the entire time. Every time he touched the ball, they would just shout at him. It was great. It was great atmosphere. It felt like football again. And not only that, but the Blues decided to go ahead and put on a great welcome back match for these boys. And gotta give Leeds credit. They did put a great effort into a hard fought match. Marcelo Bielsa's side usually does. Chelsea started off down 1-0 early, and unlike the sides before Lampard's arrival, the kind of few years before he got here, we had the mentality of if we went down 1-0, you could just see the shift in mentality, and our boys just looked like they just were not, no matter what they did, even if they had the ball forever, they just, knew they weren't going to score. They just were in their head, so it was like wasn't gonna happen. But no, man, this team, you can tell, and there's been multiple, side times that it's happened, and you can see instances of it throughout, last year and this year, where we go down and our guys just stay cool-headed, they stay strong, they stay with their game plan, they move on with their attacks. We were able to get lots of chances, and fortunately enough, we were able to put a lot of those, enough of those in the back of the net to get us a 3-1 win. So it was a great game. I can't wait to go into it. Before we do though, if you would, hit that like button for me, subscribe, that way you don't miss any of the Chelsea content I'm going to be bringing out. If you don't know, we do a live Matchday companion as well. That's where I go live every Chelsea match. I talk to you guys as I'm doing some live play-by-play, doing also live reaction, live chats with you guys post-game too. I like to get you guys' take, do stats and things like that. So it's a fun time, just kind of a fun way to add to your watching day atmosphere, right? So yeah, man, I think that's all. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So, is the rivalry reborn? Well, let's hope, because it was a really exciting game, and rivalries are just always awesome. And going back into this one just a little bit and looking into the history of this rivalry, man, like you can definitely see why these two teams still have feelings towards each other. That 1970 FA Cup final. Actually, I guess the replay too, not only was it like the most watched ever domestic game, I think still, like it was like 28 million, half the country's the only game you could ever watch on TV that year or something live, so it was huge. But apparently referee Michael Oliver, this past year, he's a ref now, and that refs in the league, has for several years. He re-refed the game, went back and watched it, and he gave out 11 red cards. Well, in 1970, when it was originally played, there was only one yellow card given out. So, I don't know what that tells you about the game a little bit, VAR and stuff. So the game started off really quick. We actually had a chance with Ziyech early on, like in the second minute, I think it was. Keeper made a nice kick save. 2 minutes later, right in the 4th minute, Calvin Phillips plays just a lovely through ball to Bamford. Yes, it's the Chelsea player who didn't play for us for 5 years, but did. Yeah, that guy. He got a ball played through, and really it wasn't anything our center back could have done. And then Mendy tried to make a play on it and just kind of misread it. He got caught, found himself at the edge of the box, like didn't know if he could play with his hands or if he had to play with his feet. So of course he had to play with his feet, and he dove, and Bamford just kept his cool, put it around him, put it in the net. So they went up in the 4th minute 1-0. And they were actually, Leeds was, looking like a, Marcel Bielsa side. They were being aggressive, and they were getting some chances and attacks, but so were Chelsea, so were we. We were looking good too. We were, like I said, not letting the fact that we were down early, put us out of our game. We were able, get a lot of chances, and finally we got that equalizer in the 27th minute. Hakim Ziyech on the outside kind of holds it up, plays James through. James one time crosses it in the box. None other than Giroud volleys it into the back of the net, gets us the equalizing goal, man. Giroud's been on fire, dude. 5 goals in 5 days in December? That's awesome. He's got a goal for every day in December so far. It's been great. Unfortunately, Hakim Ziyech comes up, it looks like a little limp on the workup play, and he had to be subbed out. The good thing is, though, we got Captain America, that he was able to come in, have him going forward, but the rest of the first half was kind of back and forth. It was just both getting some chances, nobody, keep breaking through though. The second half comes out. Seems to be Chelsea was a little bit more in control, and it started going Chelsea's way a little bit more. That also seemed to be Leeds kind of starting to tire out a little bit. And of course we outshot them 23-8. And one of those chances coming in the 61st minute when Kurt Zuma, or who some are calling Air Zuma, finds the end of another Mason Mount corner, buries it in with his head. That's his 4th on the season, gives us the 2-1 lead. Man, it's so nice to have that as a threat now. Like, think about last year whenever we were just terrible at defending them. I mean, we were just letting goals in almost like every game off set pieces, and we weren't any better on the offensive side in scoring off our set pieces or free kicks or corners. So to this year where our defending has been awesome, and we haven't let many goals in at all on free kicks or corners, and then to where now we're also putting in a bunch of goals on our set pieces and corners. Man, it's so nice to have that being a threat for us rather than being a threat, against us, that, some weakened component that we have to watch out for. So it was really nice to see that. What kind of welcome back party would it be if we didn't get Captain America involved, right? So let's go to stoppage time. Kovacic has got the ball on the right. He's clearly got Timo Werner starting to make his run forward. Kovacic is bringing it up a little bit, and he waits till the perfect time. He waits until that defender starts to change his stride. As soon as the speed slows or changes at all, that's exactly when you see Kovacic play a perfectly weighted through ball, sending Timo completely wide open down the right flank, who gets his head up, finds Pulisic oncoming, who just buries it in. He's completely ecstatic. Of course, he's been needing a goal and won in it so bad. Almost last game, almost overplaying in it too much. So it was nice that he got his first Premier League goal of the season, and we got the 3-1 win against our newly but old rivalry in Leeds United. So it was a great win, and couldn't really ask for much better for a welcome back for the fans game. All right, and let's jump right into the individual performances and player analysis. Before we do that, we'll look at the starting lineup. We're going to do that on whoscored.com. I like to use SofaScore as well sometimes, but we're going to use whoscored.com on this one today. All right, let's come over here to this, and we got Mendy starting in the goalie keeping position, of course. Our back four, which is becoming to seem to be like our first choice back four. We have Chilwell on the left back, Silva and Zuma center backs, and James right back position. Sorry, Azpilicueta, you're kind of getting pushed out a little bit, but kind of working out perfect timing, I think, as far as just where he's at and where we're at, and it's a good transition. So moving forward, we have Mount, Conte, and Havertz in the midfield, with Conte obviously playing a little bit deeper, being able to focus more on defense and helping out that back four. Mount and Havertz getting forward a little bit more, although I think Havertz is being told to play a different role, possibly, so we'll get into that a little bit. Werner on the outside left, Ziyech on the outside right, and Giroud, of course, started up front after that big 4-0 win where all 4 goals were his. Kovacic came in for Havertz, Abraham came in for Giroud, and Pulisic had to come in for Ziyech very early on due to that injury. All right, so do a little bit of individual performance real quick, jump into it. So let's start with Mendy. Wasn't definitely his best game because this is the first time we actually saw like a mistake that he made turn into a goal for the other team. Although again, it wasn't like the worst mistake or anything, it just kind of got caught, and so I think he'll be fine going forward. Moving on to the defense, Chilwell and James, let's do our wingers. I think James stood out a little bit more as far as the left back and right back went, but the consistency they both show is incredible. They are both every game just coming in and are able to do the defensive side and the attacking side, and it's been really nice. I just think that they had more space and stuff on the right side, and James was getting more into space and getting the ball and more involved. And of course the assist stands out too for James. So they both played really well, and they both have them in the form that they're in right now, possibly the best left back, right back pair in the league that complements our center backs so much, whether it's Zuma and Silva, which is obviously our first choice, who's been great, but even Rudiger and like Christensen, it was nice to see him in there, and they both did well last game. And so we're going to need that 3 or 4 center backs that can rotate going forward, especially seeing that Silva, he's been able to get some rest, but here coming up, it's going to be a lot harder to do that. So I think Silva played a great game, tough, hard fought. He was the captain. He showed it. The way that he's come into the team and taken over like the leadership and been able to just really fill that position so quickly and just become this cohesive unit with his back four and everybody. It's just so fast. Like, it's crazy and really awesome to see. And I just hope it continues and can't wait to see where it goes. And of course, Zuma with the massive header, the go-ahead goal, the winner. That was always huge. It's his 4th now, more than some strikers. So hope he keeps that tally going. It's nice. And then of course on the defensive zone side too, he's just as beastly. So he's been probably our best defensive player all year, I think. And then to match with those goals that he's getting is it's very nice. So Zuma played very well today. Moving to midfield, Conte didn't have anything very memorable about him in this game, but he is being able to be Conte. As long as Lampard keeps letting him be Conte and do what Conte does and just track down people and just be a nuisance for opposing attackers and win the ball back and help that back four, that's cool. Other than that, just do what you like to do, and we will be good. Trust me, going forward, we will be good with that. Kai Havertz, didn't have the best game. I don't think he actually had the worst. I think a lot of people would say that he's played terrible, and what's he doing? What are we doing? Well, look, obviously the top 3, on our formation are already going to be picked. As far as there's going to be Timo and Pulisic on the outside, and there's going to be Drew or Tammy up top. Okay, and then you got Mount that's going to for sure start, and you got Conte that's for going to sure start. So who else is there? Kai. And then who would normally be there if it wasn't Kai? Probably Kovacic. So it's like maybe he's being asked to play this kind of Kovacic type midfield role, more center mid, more than attacking mid. And if that's the case, it's kind of hard to do too. He's having to learn that and the new team, the new league. He was sick. It's still like the first 20 games together. And so, just look, he's going to be all right. Just give him time, dude. Kai's going to be fine. Like, it's going to work out. On Kovacic, because he did sub in for him, I think that Kovacic played a great game, and I think overall Kovacic is kind of one of our like unsung heroes. Like, he was our player of the season last year. He's very just not talked about, and not necessarily underrated, just not really talked about a lot. But he does that box-to-box midfield. He's strong on defense, but he's aggressive on offense, and then he's smart in the midfield and tries to hang on to the ball and retain the ball, and but he's not afraid to make some aggressive passes or be strong again on defense and be challenging and physical, and again, Kai may be kind of asked to be doing that, so that's a little bit out of his element a little bit. Kovacic had a good game, and he played that great ball to Timo down the wing that set up Pulisic. And then, of course, the man of the match, Mason Mount, the great assist that he had off the corner, and then also just played well on both sides of the pitch, defensively and offensively. And that's been one of the great things to see about his play between this year and last year, is the fact that I feel that he's not been as focused on his, attacking and being up front and trying to make sure he's, part of goals, more so that he's actually thinking about the opposite and making sure he's getting back and making sure he's retaining the ball and maintaining the ball for us and helping us keep possession. And what's cool is that off the turnovers he causes, he's usually then able to turn that right into offense too. So it kind of works out. And I think he played more attacking last year, and I think he's become this year more of a well-rounded midfielder. It's awesome. So all the Mount haters can just hate, and he shows up. So going forward to the attackers, Ziyech played short game, but played well. Too bad he's hurt. 4 to 6 weeks is what they're saying. Please come back soon. Ziyech did play well though, man. He had a great chance at the very beginning with the shot. Then he had the pass to James that led to the cross for Giroud. Ziyech played really well all of his games that he's played for us, honestly. So come back soon, dude. Luckily, we do have Pulisic now. He came in for him and had a good game. His last game, obviously, he was like very excited and really anxious and kind of almost like trying too hard to be good and do right and do well and score. And so this game, he turned that down a little bit, and he, still was going for goal for sure, and was but he was finding his starting to find his flow a little bit, and then of course got the goal in stoppage time. And I really think with him scoring that goal, it's going to calm him down a little bit. It's going to get regain his confidence. It's going to get him back in his mode, and we're going to start to see the Captain America that we all like. Of course, another huge game from Giroud. That's what he does now. He's just a legend, just puts up, goals all the time now, I guess. But no, that's what you get with Giroud, is he's always going to put himself in a dangerous position to score. And it's great that he's been getting the goals. So there's a nice volley that he got today. So, look out, Tammy, And speaking of Tammy came in, for him. And again, I think, honestly, Tammy coming in off sub, like if they come in a 60-something minute and it's been Giroud out there or Timo out there, and they've been tiring the center backs down with strength or speed, whoever it is, then all of a sudden you bring on Tammy. I mean, Tammy's got a little bit of both. He's got his height and he's got his speed. So, and he can take advantage of that late on in the game, and I think that's why we have seen in the past Tammy get those, goals when he comes on as a sub, and then he becomes a starter because of it, and then the whole cycle goes. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to start or shouldn't start or won't. He will. I just think that Frank Lampard has a lot of hard, tough decisions going forward with who to play at what times with who, and but we also have a lot of games going forward, so everybody's going to get their time. I just think people are going to have to come off the bench, and be okay with that and try to make the most of their role when they come off the bench. And I think Tammy can be very dangerous off the bench like that. So last, but I guess not least for sure, the weird one though, Timo Werner. So he had a good game, but it seems like he didn't. And I don't know, for whatever reason, he always seems like he doesn't have a good game, but then he still produces. Like, he had an assist today, and like the website that we were looking at earlier, they rated him 7.9. So I think what it is maybe like the misses that he's had recently. Like that one today, he should have made for sure. Again, like I said, even on a day that it doesn't seem like he's had a good one, he still produces. And again, just like with Kai, he's gonna be fine. It's gonna be all right. He's gonna be good. He's gonna get in the swing of things. It'll be interesting to see, and it should be exciting. Chelsea fans should be excited, not freaking out or anything, man. And should be supportive, dude. This has been a great squad, and it's gonna be a great squad and continue to just grow. Well, all right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for coming by, though, and checking out FCTV with Keaton. Really appreciate it. We had a great game between Chelsea and Leeds. Chelsea had to overcome that early 1-goal differential. They were able to stay strong, got those 3 goals, won 3-1. We're able to secure those 3 crucial points that, as you can tell, is from the table how it is now, and it's probably seeming like it's going to continue to be. Every point's going to be crucial. Can't wait to see how it all plays out, especially over the holidays this month and the new year, and then of course how it finishes March, April, May. Man, it's gonna be fun. So stay tuned. Thank you guys again so much. If you did like the video, please hit the like button for me. Also subscribe. That way you can see all the Chelsea content that I put out. We do the live match day companion as well. It's where we go live every Chelsea match. So come by while you're watching the game. Have us on too in the background, just another layer to your match day experience, if you would. So yeah, thank you guys, and leave a comment if you would below if you guys got any questions, concerns, if you want to talk about Chelsea, or if you guys got some content that you guys would like to see, and let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys, interact with you guys, the other Chelsea Blues supporters. So thanks again, and we will see you guys next time on FCTV.